welcome to My Made Up. My name is Alex, and today I'm spilling the tea on some of my most embarrassing makeup stories. I'm telling you some of my most cringy memories from wearing makeup. This is gonna be fun. Now, I'm not just talking little mishaps here or there, like these are like specific memories that have stayed with me, that have influenced me as a makeup wearer. These are things from me being a beginner at makeup. These are things from me not being a beginner at makeup. I still don't think I'm that great at makeup, but I have learned a lot throughout the years. Shit, I'm touching my hair. I'm sorry. I just don't like my hair. Whew, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna take you back to the beginning when I first started wearing makeup. Now, I'm gonna out myself in age here for a second. I think when I first started high school, it was 2002. So keep in mind, this is before the Instagram era. This is before YouTube, where I feel like people who are 14-year-old now look like they're 21. They know how to do makeup beautifully. They like contour. They're wearing fake lashes on the subway. Oh, it's horrifying. I am literally seeing little kids like wearing fake lashes when I'm going to work. It just, they're growing up too fast. Anyway, so I feel like the awkward phases back when I was growing up are much worse than the awkward phases are right now. So, to start with my awkward phase, when I was in like end of elementary school in grade 8, I didn't wear makeup. I was kind of a tomboy. But something changed as I was going into high school, and I found myself kind of getting into my mom's makeup a bit. Now, my mom's not a big makeup wearer either, like, to be honest, she doesn't really know what she's doing. But she had some CG, CoverGirl, like CG smoothers, like little squeeze tube, and it was very orange. But you know, as a young girl going into high school, I felt like I wanted to start wearing makeup. I was starting to break out a little bit. I wanted to cover it up. So I decided to dabble into my mom's foundation. Funny thing is, when I look back to this, I don't even think like I moisturized my skin back then. I don't think I had any sponges or like brushes. I think I must have just been like smearing this stuff on my face, which just like makes me cringe so hard. But yeah. So I remember one day I decided that I was gonna go to school wearing foundation. So I put it on, I go to school, and I remember I'm like walking beside my best friend, and I probably had like a visible foundation line, and she was like, "Are you wearing makeup?" Because she was a huge tomboy too. And I was like, I don't know, in that moment I was embarrassed, and I just lied. I was like, no, I'm not wearing makeup. I look back on this and I feel so embarrassed. Like, if you saw me every day not wearing makeup, and then one day I was wearing makeup that didn't match my skin and probably was like only blended to here, probably not even blended, I die on the inside thinking about that. Yes, I was wearing makeup, it probably looked awful, but I lied about it. And the next bad part, I remember sitting down in the hallway waiting for class, and I don't know, in grade 9, I guess throughout high school too, boys used to kind of interact with the girls and try to flirt and whatever. So this boy was sitting beside me, and he literally goes like this and wipes my cheek as if he was like, "What the fuck is on your face?" And I was mortified. And not even that, I was such a quiet kid with people I didn't really know, so I don't even think I said anything to him. I don't even think there was a conversation. I think it was just like swipe. So that is story number 1 of embarrassment in grade 9 of high school, but it doesn't end there. Then I started to dabble into eyeshadow, and my mom had these like quads of different colors. So the one day I go to school, and this girl who is I kind of like hung out a little bit with these girls who were like a little bit more mature than me, a little bit more fast-paced. Like they were trying to have boyfriends, and they were wearing makeup, and they had like boobs, and I was not on their level. But I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna wear some eyeshadow today. And I picked the worst possible colors. I picked this palette that had kind of like reddish burgundy and like purplies and some blues. So I try to put that on my eye. Granted, I probably didn't even know what concealer was or anything like that. And I have very dark under eyes, so thinking back to this is actually horrifying because it probably looked so bad. But I go to school feeling all good about myself, like, yeah, I'm wearing eyeshadow, yeah. And this girl, one of the well-endowed girls, comes up to me and she's like, oh my god, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, why? She's like, what happened to your eyes? She literally thought I was sick or my eyes were bruised or like I got into a fight because my eyes looked fucking purple. They didn't look like it was intentional. It looked like I had zero sleep for the last 5 years. Embarrassing, so embarrassing. I don't even know what to say about that one. I still remember that one. It hurts me. It hurts me inside. This next one comes from when I was older and I was working and I was going to university and I thought I was looking good, but I was self-conscious because I still had a lot of acne and I would love to wear very full coverage foundation to work like every day. I wore Revlon Color Stay and I loved it, and yeah, you wouldn't see me going out without that. And people actually used to compliment me on my skin sometimes. They'd be like, your skin looks so good. I'd be like, dude, I have so much acne under this, like, which actually makes me kind of want to revisit that foundation. Like, that worked for me. But so I worked at this small drive-through place where you could only walk up to the window or drive through. So when you were taking an order at the window, the people were usually very close to you. And so I'm taking this guy's order and like he's just like giving me his stuff, and then he was kind of a weird guy and he's like, you got makeup on your ear. That doesn't seem like a big deal, but for someone to actually like point out your flaws and I just felt so self-conscious after that. I was like trying to like play it off like, I'm like, don't tell me that. You can't tell me that unless you're a friend. I don't want some stranger being like, yeah, your foundation kind of sucks. Like, you got it all over your ear and shit. Don't. Please don't. Then you start thinking like, oh my god, this guy's like inspecting my face and he noticed that I had this big patch of unblended makeup that I had accidentally gotten on my ear. That one affected me. But I thank that man because I paid more attention to my ears after that. I was like, okay, let me make sure that I didn't mess anything up in this area, otherwise some man is gonna call me out for it. A man. Like, it could have been a lady, I would have been happier about that, but it was some dude being like, yo, you got makeup on your ear. Ugh! And this last story makes me cringe kind of too, and it influenced me a lot, but at this same job, this lady came through with like very, very drag looking makeup, like really overdone for daytime. And my boss actually made a joke about about me. Someone said something like, oh, that girl has too much makeup on, and she's like, oh, like Alex? It made me reevaluate my entire life. Now, these women didn't really wear makeup, so I can see why they would judge me because I wore a lot. But I was going through this phase where I was wearing like, I remember I got this like little palette, I think it was from Almay, and it was supposed to be for blue eyes, and I think it had some like purpley shades or like burgundy-ish shades, and I was wearing that all the time. Now, my application was much better, but it was like pretty dark color to be wearing during the day, like all the time. And I was like doing liner with it under here too, and just, I was kind of like, shit, I do wear too much makeup, don't I? And that one just really stung. It stuck with me. It actually made me kind of change the looks I would do for daytime and what I would do going to work. But yeah, it kind of just made me realize how insecure I was about that kind of stuff too. Now if I'm wearing a lot of makeup, I know I am and I embrace it, but I'm a lot older now too, so I know who I am, and like I really don't care what other people think for the most part. So yeah, I feel like I just ended this video on a like on a dark note. Not dark, but like a little bit like, ugh. That was a letdown. But all of these things will happen to you if you wear makeup for a long period of time. I started out in high school. I'm now almost 30. So I've had a lot of mishaps. I've had a lot of like bad looking foundation, bad concealer, dry skin, eyeshadow that was all creasy and gross. Okay, so the real moral of the story is don't take this kind of stuff to heart. Be confident, be who you are, be who you want to be. If you love makeup, love makeup. Don't apologize for it. I think it's probably easier in this day and age, but you will still get people who judge you. And yeah, just be yourself. Don't feel like you need makeup, don't feel like you have to hide behind makeup. Do it because you like it, do it because it's fun, do it because it's part of your routine. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and these cringy stories made you feel a little bit better about certain things that you've gone through in your life too. Leave me a comment down below telling me like an embarrassing makeup thing that happened to you. I would love to read it. And yeah, thanks for tuning in today. I want you guys to remember, don't just make up your face, make up your mind too, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.